Welcome back to 3 at 3, folks. 3 at 3 every business day. We bring you unusual option activity and some of the sentiment that has showed up in our scans as well. And we are ready to get started with today's 3 at 3. It is the 11th of October, 2021. 3 at 3, by the way, is going to be going live only to members of any of our subscription services for unusual option activity. That means that in the very near future, you will not be able to see 3 at 3 on the live stream unless you are a subscriber to one of those services. It will instead run delayed just after the market closes. So we built it so that it would be something that would be actionable during market hours. And it has become so popular that our own subscribers really want some exclusivity for it. And so, listening to those subscribers, we are granting that. So in about a week, I believe, we will start broadcasting 3 at 3 live at 3 o'clock, but only for our subscribers. And then a little over an hour later, it will go up on the internet after the market closes. The same broadcast to both groups, but the second one will be after market hours. So if you're somebody who's been on the fence about UOA, go join one of the services now. Go to marketrebellion.com/UOA live. That's marketrebellion.com/UOA, unusual option activity live. All right, let's see. Twitter, yeah, that one's worked out okay so far. The activity we cited back then has continued to work. OVV, same story. We've continued to see upside call activity in OVV, and let me give you a fresh quote for OVV, which is mainly up in the Bakken, but it's also all the way up into Canada as far as delivery. Seeking and delivering of petroleum and related products. Let's see, right now, $38.29, so up almost $3 from last week's sighting. Baba, this is Alibaba. You may have heard me talking about the Chinese internet stocks on the halftime report today. Alibaba was trading up to 167.50. It has pulled back about $1.20 or so, about $1.30 from that level, making it very attractive, we believe. The bottom was approximately the 4th of October. On that day, it touched 139. Since then, it has put on nearly, as you see, $30. And they're buying the end of October, the 29th rather of October expiration, 190 calls. So another $25 of upside, somebody believes, from here through the end of October. So that is our first of today's 3 at 3. The second is BEKE. BEKE is I guess I could kind of call it a Chinese version of Zillow. It is a online and offline property site for the Chinese real estate market. And again, the symbol there is BEKE, Becky, if you will, or KE Holdings. And the stock was $20.53. It has come up from an August low of $15.64. The October 4th low was right around $18, $17.70. So it's moved up by almost $3 from that October 4th, which is just over a week ago, of course, since we're at the 11th today, exactly a week ago. They're buying the NOV 2250 calls. And of course, we did see a bit of a spike today when I mentioned it on the halftime report. Stock was approximately 2046 and made a nice spike up over 2115 on that move. Right now, the stock is $20.70, so about 17 cents higher than when we first noticed this activity today. So that is the second of our 3 at 3. We've got 2 Chinese internet stocks or Chinese tech stocks, and now Schlumberger. SLB, obviously, this one of those companies that goes and gets and supplies people that are going and getting energy-related products. Stock was about $33. It's about $32.55 right now. 8,500 of the 22nd of October, 36 calls. So calls that were at that time about $3 out of the money, now about $3.50 out of the money. Still like it, like Schlumberger, like Halliburton, saw unusual activity in both today. Questions? Well, if you've got questions, you've come to the right place, because hopefully I have the answers to your questions. Ask those questions to me on Twitter, Jon without an H, that's JON Najarian. I wanted to show you this one, folks, because this is one of the reasons that I think we can be bullish on the energy space. Whole host of reasons, but this is one. Discipline that the frackers in particular have applied to their own investment in and production of crude oil. So as you see, back in January of 2019, we were up over 1,000 rigs. We fell all the way down to about 250 rigs into July of 2020. We're back up to 533, but just looking at that from the time in January and February of 2020, when we were over 800 rigs, we are still a far cry from that at 533 rigs. So I wanted to point that out to you, because that's one of the reasons that we remain pretty bullish. The discipline that Mohammed bin Salman has put onto OPEC and even to Mr. Putin, with the basically taking crude to negative numbers last year to basically say, okay, you think you want to fight me? Go ahead, let's fight. And I'm not saying that was a smart fight, but nonetheless, I'm sure you did beat some of those people into submission. Last thing they want to do is go against MBS right now, including Mr. Putin. Jobs. This is my friend Evan Sohn from RCRT. He has a company. He is the CEO and chairman of Recruiter.com. I am a pretty significant investor in that company. I like it. I also like Evan and his family is that Sohn family for the Sohn conferences that they put on and give that money away to charity. Gotta love people that are generous like that and want a legacy of that philanthropy. Mr. Sohn asks, and his handle is, by the way, ESOHN. Jon Najarian. Hey, Jon, the great resignation is upon us. 4 million people resigned or retired in April of this year, folks, not April of last year, this year. And so even though we create, as we did last week, 194,000 new jobs, as Evan would say, we actually created millions of new jobs, but people continue to either be laid off, as they were, of course, if they worked for some of the places where you must get a vaccination. Some of those people were forced into retirement and or firing, or some of them by age or just of their own free will retiring. The net new jobs is 194,000. That doesn't mean that only 194,000 jobs were created last month. Many more than that, probably in the millions was created. But again, through that great resignation that Evan accurately cites here, we've seen monthly numbers that are not what we had hoped they would be, and it's because of those resignations. The net number is what they report, not the total number. And I did have a great interview with Evan. We talked about it, put it up. We will shortly on the internet, the great interview that we had, discussion about what Recruiter.com does. Bang. Let's FPAC, Mark Zuckerberg, and the handle here is @well_invest, @well_invest. FPAC, a good buy? Well, let's see. FPAC. Right now, Far Peak Acquisition, SPAC that it is. And by the way, we are negative 124 in the Dow, NASDAQ -4. FPAC is about a $700 million company right here. They are, as I said, a SPAC that intends to affect merger, share exchange, asset acquisition. All of that is SPAC speak for, they're looking for, to make some good investments here. I am the chairman of a SPAC. I don't know enough about FPAC to actually comment on whether or not under the $10 number that they came out at, if this one is a good buy, but it did come out and trade up right after January of this year. Let me see how far back this one goes. Yep, January 18th of this year. Traded up into February to about 1064, bled off to about the, let's see, 969 level, and it's fighting to get right back against 10 right now. I want to see some performance here. I hope they do perform. They're trading good numbers, 462,000 shares today, 439,000 on a daily basis. I'll keep an eye on it and let you guys know when we start to see activity in this name. China, Gary Hargreaves, and his handle is @GARY_HARGREAVES. Best way to short Chinese stocks with options that Stephen Weiss thinks are going down big time. Longer term bear put spread or thanks. And he puts it to BSP. Gary, lately we've seen a lot of buying in these stocks. And as I said on the halftime report, this is by the CCP, Chinese Communist Party's own hand. These stocks are not going down on fundamentals. They're going down because the party is after them. They want the democratization, if you will. They want socialization and communism. They don't appreciate, apparently, as much the free market capitalism that many of us do. So if they have indeed stopped going after these, I think you can own them all. If, on the other hand, they restart, I think you'll have plenty of time to then once again jump on these. In particular, the ones that I would probably be the most leery of would be Chinese education stocks, because many of those Chinese that want to get their kids into great universities, foreign as well as domestic, use those Chinese education sites to do that. And that's one of the things that the party has cited as causing a rift between the haves and the have-nots in China. So that would be the first place that I'd be most nervous about. Lastly, the ones like Baba that I think are just very good examples of capitalist stocks. Unless China really decides they want to end these, I think you can buy some of the rest of these. Thank you, Gary. Don't miss the live stream. Access 3 at 3 Live with any UOA service and get so much more. Weekly trade ideas, yes. Live webinars, yes. Trading community, of course. marketrebellion.com/UOA live. That's marketrebellion.com/UOA live. That's what you'll have to join if you'd like to continue to see these live. We will continue to provide them after the market close. For those of you who choose to not join, we understand. We'd still love to get the information out to you so you can make an informed decision on how you would trade this information. Thank you for joining me today, folks. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, bang, have a great day.